welcome to Movement with Laurelle, hosted by Wild Wandering Creations. I'm Laurelle, and I'm going to be leading you through this practice today. Some of you may not know, but March is Endometriosis Awareness Month. As someone who has suffered and still continues to suffer with endometriosis, I am a big advocate about this disease. So I wanted to bring you a practice that I like to do when I'm getting a flare-up or I'm experiencing any kind of discomfort as a result of living with endometriosis. This practice is also really great for anyone who suffers from painful periods or is just not feeling like they want movement when they're having that time of the month. So this practice is literally for anyone who experiences any kind of discomfort or pain in the abdomen or the low back. This is a great practice for you. So go ahead, get into some comfortable clothes. You don't need to get into yoga clothes. You can literally get into anything that feels good for you. And we're going to start by lying on our backs in constructive rest. That means knees bent, soles of the feet on the ground, lying on the back. So go ahead, find your way there, and we'll get started. So slowly begin to bend through the knees, soles of the feet connect to the earth, and allow the arms to fall alongside the body. We're just going to start out by paying attention to the soles of the feet, paying attention to that spine making contact with the floor. And then we're going to take both hands to the belly, to the lower abdomen. And you're just going to start to feel into the space. Give yourself a moment maybe to connect to the breath. Maybe notice how you're feeling today, what your level of discomfort is if you're experiencing any kind of pain or discomfort. And allowing your awareness to fall here for a moment. You know, what sometimes we don't realize is that when we experience pain and we experience discomfort, especially if it's chronic, we start to build not only physical tension in the body, but also mental and emotional tension. So our practice today isn't to eliminate the pain, because sometimes when we live with chronic pain, we can't simply eliminate it, but we can learn to live with it. And we can ease our discomfort when it comes to emotional and mental tension. So as you lie here, I want you to allow your awareness to fall away from that physical pain, physical discomfort, and allow yourself a body scan and just noticing where you might be able to notice emotional or mental tension in the body. And this can fall anywhere. It can fall in the heart space. It can fall in the hips. It can fall in the mind. So giving yourself that moment to just notice. And when we're checking in with how we're feeling, we're not simply noticing just the pain, just the physical, but how are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling in your heart, in your mind? And allowing yourself to experience that as well. Allowing yourself to heal these parts of yourself. And knowing that whatever you're feeling in this moment is okay. And if at any moment the thoughts or the feelings become overwhelming, simply draw your awareness to your breath and let yourself be held in stillness. And if you like to set an intention and affirmation for your practice, you can go ahead and do so now. And an affirmation, an intention I like to set, especially when I'm deep in the flare-ups, I like to offer myself I allow myself to be present in this moment. I allow myself to be aware of this pain. I allow myself to feel whatever I am feeling right now. Knowing that you are not defined by this pain. You are not defined by this soul experience. And allowing yourself to just heal what you can heal now. Moment by moment, breath by breath. And before we start our practice and get deep into it, let's take a moment to just recognize that yoga is an ancient Eastern practice, most notably from India. Thanking our South Asian ancestors who cultivated this practice for us to be able to partake in it. When you are ready, you can allow the arms to fall alongside the body, palms pressing into the earth, grounding you in this moment. And I want you to start to take your awareness to the tailbone. We're just going to find a nice gentle pelvic rock here just to provide a little bit of soothing comfort to the mind, but also to the low back and the abdomen. So let's start by listening to our inhales and our exhales. Noticing how it feels to enter and leave the body. And then we'll add in that movement. So on the inhale, start to draw that tailbone up towards the sky. And you should feel the whole spine start to connect to the earth. That low back is fully planted on the ground. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to slowly release that tailbone and find that nice natural curve with the body. Inhale to draw the tailbone towards the sky. Exhale to release it, creating a little space between the spine and the earth. Inhale, rock it up. Exhale, soften into it. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In breath. Out breath. Let it go. Allow the spine to have that natural curve in it. And then when you're ready, start to hug that right knee in. Take that right ankle just on top of that left knee. We're going to stay here in a nice passive figure 4 stretch. So you can stay here with the arms alongside the body, or you can use that right hand to gently press that right knee away from you, opening up through the hips, and just settling here for a moment. Breathing into it. We're here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly release that right hand. Start to draw that right knee in towards the chest. Interlace your hands around that right knee and start to extend that left leg nice and long. And hug that knee in towards the chest. Give a little rock from side to side, just getting into the hips. And then with that left hand, you're going to gently pull that knee all the way over towards that left side and let that right arm spill out towards the right. Maybe the gaze follows, coming into a nice supine twist. Keep the shoulders grounded here. Maybe close the eyes, soften the gaze, and allow yourself to just be. Just breathing, just noticing. Start to pull that knee back through center. Give it a squeeze in towards the chest. Let's start to take the sole of the left foot back down towards the earth. Release that right knee. Both arms come alongside the body. Coming back into constructive rest. Before transitioning to the other side, just notice how the body's feeling. Notice how the mind's feeling. Noticing what's falling away, what's releasing. Left knee starts to come in. Take that left ankle towards that right knee, and maybe you start to press that left knee away with that left hand. Passive figure 4. Not straining, not pushing our bodies, just simply opening and noticing. One more deep breath here. And then start to gently release that left hand. Hug that left knee in towards the body. Hands interlace around that leg. And we start to extend the right leg nice and long. Hug the knee in towards the chest. Let's give it a little shift from side to side. And then when you feel ready with that right hand, slowly pull that left knee all the way across towards that left side. Let's take that left hand nice and wide in a T shape, or cactusing through the arm depending on how much room you have, and let that gaze fall over towards the left, away from that left knee. We're breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Start to come back through center. Knee hugs in towards the chest as you take the sole of the right foot down. The sole of the left follows. Hands find the belly. And allow the head to just rock from side to side, feeling the ground at the base of the skull. Gentle movement. Let the head come back through center. Slowly begin to roll the body to one side, finding a fetal position here, and allowing yourself a moment to rest. Letting yourself linger and stay here as long as it feels good, and then slowly beginning to push the floor away, finding your way to a comfortable seat. And right away, we're going to take the soles of the feet together here in a Cobbler Pose. Soles of the feet are going to connect. Your hands are going to find those ankles. Maybe just flutter out the knees. Let them rest for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Let the knees settle. And then start to slowly fold the body forward here. Tuck that chin in towards the chest. Let the spine round. Let everything turn inwards. Maybe close down the eyes. Maybe soften through the gaze. And then when you're ready, start to slowly roll up through the body. Take the hands on either side of those knees and we'll press them together here. Arms wrap around those knees. Give yourself a squeeze, a little rock from side to side. Find a little stillness here. Whisper to yourself, I allow myself to feel. I allow myself to be present in this moment. Start to slowly open up, and we'll find our way into an all-fours position. Knowing that at any point, if something doesn't feel good in the body, that you can start to find something that does feel good. So starting to find a shape that does feel good for you, if that's stillness, if that's seated, if it's lying down, whatever it is, knowing that you are in control and you get to decide what you're experiencing today. Hands press into the earth here. Start to hug the navel in towards the spine in a way that feels good. And then we're going to start to slowly rock that weight kind of forward and back, just starting to work our way into our bodies. Maybe we start to just circle it out a little bit, noticing any tightness, any tension, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, emotional. And then starting to come back through center. neutralize that spine. And let's find a few cat-cows here. So drop through the belly, lift the heart. Round through the spine. Push the floor away. Do this a couple times on your own, just feeling into the space. And then starting to neutralize it. Take those knees nice and wide. Big toes are going to touch. And we're going to shift our hips all the way back, finding child's pose. Forehead lands on the earth. Let these arms get heavy. Let the hips sink back towards the heels. Maybe rock that forehead from side to side a little bit. And then we'll start to walk those hands over towards the left. Sink the right hip down. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Come back through center over towards that right side. Sink the left hips down. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Start to walk the hands back through center. And then slowly, we'll start to press into those hands, coming back through tabletop. Right away, we're going to tuck into those toes, lift up through those hips, find downward facing dog. And we're going to start to pedal out through the feet, so bending one knee, then the other, pressing the floor away, and then find some stillness. Take the heart towards the earth. Let that head hang heavy. Maybe give that head a shake no, give that head a shake yes. And then we'll start to crisscross the feet towards the top, taking our time as we walk towards the top of our mat. Feet underneath hips. Hands find the shins, find a halfway lift. Fold forward here. Let's grab opposite elbows, find a generous bend in the knees, and find a little sway from side to side here. One more full breath. And then find stillness, release those hands. Hands find the shins one last time. Fold forward, release the hands. You're going to step that left foot back. And right away, you're going to start to take those toes out towards the side. Walk your hands through center. Toes point in, heels point out for a nice wide-legged forward fold here. You're going to let that head get heavy, hips towards the sky. Try to keep the spine nice and long here. If you need to bring a little space into the body, you're more than welcome to add a block or a pillow or a folded blanket to just give you a little bit of height here. But try to hinge from those hips so the spine is long. Start to sink into it. Let that head get heavy. Maybe give it again. Shake no, a nod yes. Maybe you tend through those fingertips, find some length. Fold it forward. And then your hands are going to find either side of your hips, and you're going to slowly rise to stand. Take your time. Allow yourself to arrive at the top, and then you're going to heel toe those feet in just a little bit, just so their feet are just outside of the hips. So keep those toes pointing out, heels pointing in. And you're going to start to sink those hips down to open up through those hips a little bit. And we're going to come into our Yogi Squat. So as we arrive, let's start to just move it from side to side, as sometimes it can feel really tight. So allowing yourself this moment, maybe the heels are lifted, maybe they're grounded. And then maybe the hands stay on the earth, or maybe you press them in towards each other at heart center. And if at any point this is really uncomfortable, you can sit down in a block, you can sit down on something. Just give yourself a moment to open up through the hips. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. And for 1. Start to take the hands down beside you. Slowly find your way to a seat. And then you're just going to find your way into a cross-legged position. If you would like to sit up on a blanket or a block or anything, that is more than welcome in this moment. Hands are going to find the knees, and we're just going to circle out through the body a couple times here. And as you start to circle it out, make sure that you're moving in both directions. And starting to notice, how do you feel? What's showing up? What's present? And noticing maybe if you were able to take yourself away from that pain, that discomfort, for just a short period of time. And as someone who lives with endometriosis, I would never say that yoga or meditation will heal you or it will release you of that pain. And maybe this practice doesn't work for you. But it's something that has worked for me. Sit up nice and tall. And if I can help just one person, that's enough for me. So if yoga or meditation helps you find some comfort in your discomfort, then I am doing something right. So go ahead, take that hand to the belly, take your hand to the heart. And knowing that we are all unique and we all find ways to deal with our pain, our discomfort, our struggles. So if you haven't yet found something that soothes you, that nurtures you, I encourage you not to give up hope. I encourage you to keep an open mind, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find something that provides you with just a little bit of comfort in your discomfort. I hope this practice has helped heal you in some way, whether it's in your mind, in your body, in your heart. And with gratitude for our practice and with gratitude for our community, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for holding space with me today. And I send you lots and lots of love, lots and lots of healing. My name is Laurelle. I host monthly restorative yoga for endometriosis with the Endometriosis Network Canada. It is available on my website. You can find it there. I've also linked it below. And all those sessions are completely free. So please join the community. Please join in on these monthly healing sessions. And I hope I will see you again soon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment in the section below. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much.